It has been a rough start to 2024 with so many YouTubers quitting. And I know that a lot of you I know many of you pinged me the second that MatPat released his video saying goodbye internet about him quitting his time doing YouTube. And I wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't want to just sit down and tell you, hey, MatPat's quit. Because that's it. I don't want to just sit down and make jokes about it for the next 8 minutes, upload it to YouTube, and upload the slop for the next day. I like to actually add a little bit of constructiveness to these videos. And so what I did was, I sat down and watched the retirement videos of Seth Everman, Tom Scott, MatPat, Meat Canyon, Captain Sparkles, Stampy Longhead, and Moo. And my God, am I sad now. I know that some of these YouTubers, a lot of them were ones that I hadn't watched avidly as kids. I didn't watch Captain Sparkles and Stampy Longhead a lot, despite that being my generation's thing that they would watch a lot. I never found the chance to. I was into other YouTubers like Tobuscus, which is unfortunate because he did the opposite of retire. He just threw his career in a hole. But regardless, I didn't want to just sit here and tell you, yeah, these YouTubers are gone. I wanted to talk about why. Why are these YouTubers gone? What brought them to this point, and how can YouTubers like me, the next generation of YouTube, hopefully, avoid this type of burnout, or at least prepare for it when it eventually comes? Because it is a lot, and it is really, really intense seeing everyone deal with it all at the same time, because it's beginning to spread like a virus. Ever since MatPat posted his video, I've seen Jacksepticeye and Mr. Beast also post on their Twitters like, yeah, I've just realized, I've spent my whole life doing this, and I haven't done anything else. And to that I say, Jack, don't you dare! Stop it right now! Don't scare me like that. But I know that there is no one reason for most YouTubers quitting. As someone who is interested in psychology, as well as a content creator who can sort of relate to their struggles as well, to a certain extent. I know I'm a little guy who's very new to the game, so I don't know what it's like to be a YouTuber at the top of its game for 10 years. But I know that there is no one variable that can cause someone to want to quit. You can't just be like, MatPat's quitting because he's tired of doing it, because that is a variable that's correct, but there's more to that. And so when I sat down and watched all these content creators' retirement videos, I kind of paid attention for certain variables that I would find that were in conjunction with each other, that would be consistent among all these different creators. And the one that I think is the most consistent, and the one that honestly I think is the most mature thing a YouTuber can do, and so I'm so happy, first of all, that it's very consistent, but I respect them for making this call, is realizing that they are at the end of their career. Realizing that, yeah, they've had a great career. They've done a lot of great things with it. And they want to catch that before it becomes something that gets stale. Before they become the kind of YouTuber who goes and posts a video and they get a bunch of comments saying you've fallen off. They want to move forward with that and be like, yeah, I had a great career. I'm on this pedestal of content creation. And so let's walk away now. Let's walk away with that amazing memory we've had, instead of getting canceled out of your position or just slowly falling out of your position and moving onwards. I mean, MatPat is literally the idea of theories on YouTube. In my videos, you hear me reference oh, that's just a theory. You can call me MatPat. And so many other content creators do the exact same thing. I mean, Moist Critical's done it. I think there's countless other creators who've also had the same joke, where it's just theory, MatPat. The name, the words are synonyms at this point. They come in conjunction with each other. So I think it's smart of him to want to walk away from it when he's at that peak. Same with Tom Scott, Seth Everman. They realize that they've hit their 10-year mark. They've been doing it for so long, and they spent so much of their life doing it, and they've done great things. And so they want to just quit while they're ahead. And that is the first variable, and I think the most respectable variable of all of them, because it's a decision of the content creator, and it's really great that they're making these decisions and recognizing it. But this second variable, I think, is the variable that only some YouTubers were able to connect with. One of the big ones I noticed was Meat Canyon. And I think this variable is going to be the number one variable that's going to take out most content creators, especially ones in my age bracket, ones that have grown up watching YouTubers and think, oh, I can do that. And then they get into it and they run into this. And that is that YouTube at its core is a job. It's a job with revenue. It's a job where you get paid, but it's a job that does not pay well for the hours you put in if you are not the biggest content creator on the site. If that makes sense. To put that into perspective, you as a new YouTuber, like me specifically, I work a job and I do YouTube videos every single day. So I have 2 streams of revenue. But a lot of people, once they realize that they're getting a stream of revenue from YouTube and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger when they keep sticking to it, they realize, okay, I don't need this 9 to 5 anymore. I can push that out and give more time to YouTube. But That is where the issue arises. The most unexpected variable, and that is the fact that now you've gone from being like, oh my God, I can just mess around with Premiere Pro and get money for it, to, oh my God, I need to make a YouTube video or I can't pay rent this month. It goes from a hobby that you love that also miraculously in the coolest way makes you money to, oh my God, if I don't make money from a video this month, I'm going to not afford food, which is terrible. It's not good to turn something that you love into something you need to do to survive, because then it becomes less of a hobby and more of a job. And that's what kills YouTube for a lot of people. And a lot of people don't realize that when they go in. They adhere to job and know, oh yeah, I can do the work, but don't think about the stress that comes with it, the stress that's coupled with the need to make videos, even if you just don't feel like it anymore, which can kill the entire thing, the idea of YouTube for people. That's another thing that with the content creator Moo, who he's just quitting YouTube to do a 9-to-5. He's getting a job. That's just what he's doing, because he realized that just relying on YouTube doesn't make YouTube what it was, and takes away the whole reason that you even got into it in the first place. So we've had leaving on a high note, and we've had YouTube becoming a job out of nowhere, turning from a hobby to something that you need to do to survive. So what is that third variable? Well, this third variable is less about the content creator or the ideology of the content creator and more about the state of YouTube as a whole right now. See, YouTube right now, in our year of our Lord 2024, is a slot machine. Not a slot machine. No, it's not the cool thing you get 3 lemons in a row and make tons of money from, for real. Yes, definitely gambling is not a good thing. Don't lose all your money gambling. Don't fall for that. But YouTube is a slot machine. It's a machine where you put as much content as you can out there and feed the machine. I know there was a content creator a year ago who posted a video about like how to radicalize a celebrity, and then Hassan Abi reacted to it live, and then some other dude took Hassan's reaction and uploaded that to YouTube, and it ended up doubling the views of the original video and making double the revenue. Like, YouTube isn't about quality right now. It's just the state of what the site's in. It isn't about quality, it's about quantity. It's about putting out more and more content. And one of the ideas I got this from is Meat Canyon, who he used to be doing the Meat Canyon edits, but now he's picked up a commentary channel, and he brings that up in his video that like, hey, I don't want to have to be forced to make art anymore because I can make money and hold up a job as a content creator by just being silly in front of a camera. Which is kind of like what I do. That's why I'm able to do this a lot more freely and not have to worry about that kind of thing. But other YouTubers are the same way. Captain Sparkles talked about how he has Captain Sparkles 2, where he doesn't have to just make Minecraft content or feed an algorithm. He can just post what he wants. And that's a really great thing. It's all about the end of a lot of different things that I honestly don't think a lot of the internet was ready for, but it's been coming for a long time. It's just been a build-up after element being added to this website, and people using it more and more to make money rather than create passion. And so it killed the vibe of YouTube for a lot of people, which is sad. It sucks to see, but it was inevitable with how big YouTube gets at this point. So how can you, as a content creator, in my age, and anyone else who's also new into content, avoid this type of burnout? Well, honestly, in its realest sense, you won't. You can't avoid burning so much of your life away to put this into this content machine for the sake of possibly some virality and eventually the money to survive for a little bit and then give up and move on. But that's kind of the beauty of YouTube. If we had one guy running the site forever, if we had one dude at the top of YouTube for the entirety of its existence, I feel like it'd be kind of boring. It would be interesting, yeah, we'd have like a king, but you know, the site is constantly changing. It's constantly different. And right now, yeah, YouTube's in a shitty-ass place. There is so much virality coming from just shitting out drama and making videos about current events. I do it myself because it creates and generates views. But, like, that's just what YouTube's state is. And it is constantly changing. And while we're in a bad place right now, that isn't going to be where we always are. Because nothing lasts forever. Nothing good lasts forever, but more importantly, nothing bad lasts forever. And so, yes, YouTube's in a shitty place right now, and you make money from posting about Aiden Ross and Jack Doherty and stupid shit like that, but eventually, people will get bored of that. Just like they do get bored of every other trend that exists, people will get bored of that and move on. And that's what you got to be ready for. And so, essentially, if you want to avoid the burnout that comes from creating content, at its core, this is going to sound so goofy and so, like, cliche, but I'm kind of completely improvising this take, so it probably will sound cliche. But create what you want. when I started making commentary content, I didn't make commentary content because I wanted to be moist critical. I did it because it gave me the door to make a variety of content because I wanted to make a variety of content. I didn't want to stick to a single niche, so I stuck to the niche of commentary because it is the lack thereof a niche. So find that. Find what you genuinely love making and do it because you love making it. And while there will still be people out there who are fiending for cash online, who will constantly use YouTube as a source for money rather than a source for passion, eventually those people will die out too, because they'll burn out. They'll make enough money to move on and do something different, or they'll realize it isn't that worth it because you kind of have to put your soul into it if you genuinely want to go somewhere. And yeah, it is really goddamn sad that these YouTubers are moving on. They're going to different pastures and experiencing their actual own individual lives now. And while that sucks, that's something to celebrate to a certain extent. The fact that YouTubers, people on this website who built this site for us, have the ability to do that. Instead of running themselves into the ground or going until they get into some sort of controversy and get canceled, they are able to walk away. And we're able to look at them as amazing memories rather than YouTubers we used to like because they fell off so hard. You know? Like that is, if anything, the best takeaway from all of this. And it should also be a takeaway that this is now an open door for content creators like myself and others, so many others, to step into their shoes and fill in what they have left open. You know, there will always be people on YouTube watching. This community and every community on YouTube will always be there, hopping from content creator to content creator, because it's just a bunch of people who like watching videos and a bunch of people who like making videos. And the people who truly do enjoy creating content are the ones who will last the longest. And these people are good examples, being able to last truly to the end of their career because all they did was create out of passion. And that's a pretty awesome thing to think about. But until some new giant YouTuber takes their place, you have me. But not for now, because I am going to be hitting the road. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me today, though. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was at all a reasonable video to exist. A lot of YouTubers have been quitting, so that's essentially information. But I also really wanted to put out a message that had some sustenance to it. Sustenance, whatever word made sense there, you can put that in. But thank you guys for being here. Stick around for more. I'd love to catch you around. And who knows? Maybe this channel will be up there one day. And in 10 years, I'll have to be another YouTuber who steps away from the camera just one last time. But thank you, and as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night. And here's to a better future on YouTube.